Welcome back. Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're venturing into, well, it's kind of a unique storytelling frontier.
It really is.
Something unlike maybe anything you've encountered before. Imagine being the only player.
The architect of the whole thing.
Exactly. The sole architect, the only player at the table. And here's the kicker.
You still get surprised.
You still get surprised by your own story. Forget the usual setup, where the GM holds all the cards, all the secrets.
Meticulously planning every reveal.
Right. And you just react. Here, you're uncovering mysteries, solving puzzles, finding truths.
But you're the detective, the suspect, potentially,
Right.
and the one deciding what's true all at once.
And somehow, you still don't know the answer until it unfolds. How does that paradox even work? Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, let's do it. Today we're diving deep into solo role-playing mechanics, specifically how one player, just you, can build and solve really compelling mysteries.
All by yourself.
All by yourself. And our main guides here are the Mythic Game Master Emulator 2nd Edition.
Right.
And a key piece from Mythic Magazine Volume 6, the part focusing on mystery adventures.
Okay, so specialized mystery rules too.
Exactly. These aren't just rule books, they're like ingenious frameworks. They turn solo play into this dynamic, unpredictable story engine.
An engine. I like that.
And what's really fascinating, especially with mysteries,
Yeah.
is how the system is designed to constantly surprise you, even though you're, technically the one creating the story.
Right. The creator gets surprised by their own creation.
Precisely. It's this emergent logic, these unforeseen twists. It's quite something. Turns it from a potentially dry exercise into, well, a living narrative.
Okay, so our mission today then is to really lay out the tools, the techniques in Mythic that let you do this.
That's it. How you create and unravel mysteries without a GM.
And crucially, how the system mimics those unexpected twists and turns of a detective story.
So you, the player, are genuinely surprised by where your own story goes.
It's like writing a novel, but you don't know the ending.
Or, a choose-your-own-adventure book that rewrites itself as you read it.
That's a great analogy. It's a journey of discovery, not just for the character.
But for you, the player, too. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's picture this. You're the detective. Maybe it's cyberpunk, rain everywhere, baffling murder. Or you're the archaeologist in the jungle, looking for that lost artifact.
Classic setups.
Right. And normally the GM knows everything. Who did it, where it is, how it all connects.
They've got the map.
Exactly. But here, no GM. The system is the GM.
And it holds no secrets up front, no pre-written answers.
Yet somehow, it reveals them in a surprising way.
That's the magic.
So the big question is, how do you find clues? Identify suspects when there's no one feeding you the info.
And maybe just as important.
Yeah.
How do you stop yourself, the player, from figuring it out too early, ruining the tension for your character?
Right. The player knowledge versus character knowledge problem.
That's the core challenge Mythic tackles. And its approach is, well, pretty ingenious.
So where do we start? What even is a mystery in this context?
Good question. First, we need to think broader than just, whodunit.
Okay.
While that's definitely part of it, a mythic mystery is really anything that needs methodical investigation to uncover some hidden truth.
Anything hidden.
All right.
Okay. Like what?
Well, imagine you're an archaeoscientist on some alien planet. Your mystery might be figuring out how the heck this advanced civilization just vanished.
Ah, so not a crime, but a historical puzzle.
Exactly. Or maybe you're an art historian trying to prove who really painted a famous unsigned work, poring over old texts, analyzing brushstrokes.
Okay, I see. Or even like figuring out why the crops are failing in your village. Some kind of blight.
Precisely. A complex, pressing problem that needs solving. The system is designed to be flexible. It's less about the specific type of mystery and more about the process of discovery.
The journey, piecing things together.
Yes. It's about that methodical investigation, gathering fragments, seeing the picture emerge.
So it's not always about finding a culprit.
Not always a person, no. In that alien civilization example, the suspects could be, well, abstract things, like a rogue meteor strike, or maybe evidence points towards a massive global war, or even some kind of lethal planetary contagion.
So suspects can be events or phenomena. Wow.
And the clues would be things like ancient carvings, maybe soil samples showing weird atmospheric changes from millennia ago.
Deep core ice samples.
Yeah.
Atmospheric tests.
Yeah.
Alien ruins.
All that stuff. Everything you do in a classic whodunit gathering evidence, weighing possibilities, ruling out false leads, it all applies here, even to these bigger, more abstract questions.
So the real point isn't just getting the answer.
No, the true hallmark, the real magic of a mythic mystery is that step-by-step journey. The system guides you through it, keeps you interpreting, keeps you surprised, like a real investigation.
You're experiencing the story unfold, not just revealing something pre-written.
Exactly.
And the solo aspect.
Yeah.
That must offer some unique advantages too, right? Besides just being able to play whenever.
Oh, absolutely. Total control over the theme is a big one.
Meaning?
You can go as epic or as personal as you want.
Yeah.
Galactic conspiracies, sure. Yeah. Deeply personal character arcs about forgotten memories. Absolutely.
No need to get buy-in from a group.
None at all. You can explore niche themes, things maybe too weird or specific for group play.
And I read somewhere it can actually make you a better gamer overall, even in group settings.
It really can. The source material points this out. Playing solo with Mythic forces you to think differently.
How so?
You're constantly interpreting ambiguous results, right? Rolling on tables, figuring out what ambiguous event means now. That builds your narrative muscles, improvisation, adaptation.
So you get better at rolling with the punches, narratively speaking.
You do. You learn to see connections, to make sense of unexpected turns, that flexibility, that imagination boost. It carries right over to group play, makes you a more adaptable player, maybe even a better GM.
Interesting. So it's like exercise for your narrative brain.
A really immersive exercise, yeah. You can just focus purely on the story and your engagement with it. It's almost meditative sometimes.
Okay, so let's get into the nuts and bolts. How does Mythic actually do this? What are the core tools for building these solo mysteries?
Right, the foundational tools. There are a few core mechanics that become absolutely essential instruments here.
The building blocks. What's number one? The most crucial.
Absolutely has to be fate questions. They are the bedrock, the backbone of any mythic scene, especially investigation.
Okay, fate questions. What are they exactly?
Simple yes-no questions. Questions you, the player, ask to resolve any uncertainty in this scene.
Uncertainty? Like
Right.
Your character walks up to an old warehouse, you genuinely don't know if the side door is locked. You ask the system, is the side door locked?
Okay. Or if you're searching a room.
Yeah, rummaging through a suspect's desk. Do I find anything useful? Maybe you're looking for a specific clue. Do I find the hidden ledger? So it's always about things the character doesn't know, things you haven't decided as the player.
That's crucial. It maintains that separation, that element of the unknown, right from the start.
Got it. So how do you get the answer? Just flip a coin.
Not quite. It's more nuanced.
Or
First, you assign odds to the question.
odds.
Based on the context of the situation, Mythic gives you a range. Impossible. No way. Very unlikely. Unlikely. 50-50. Likely. Very likely. Near sure thing. Certain. Must be.
Okay, quite a range. How do you pick?
It's based on narrative logic. Your character just drove their car. Odds it starts again are probably near sure thing.
Right.
But meeting a complete stranger in a dark alley, are they friendly? That might be pure 50-50. Trying something really difficult with bad tools?
Yeah.
Maybe very unlikely.
Context is key. Makes sense. What else?
Then the system brings in the chaos factor. We'll talk more about that in a sec. But it's a number that reflects the story's current stability, or lack thereof.
Okay, so odds plus chaos.
They combine to give you the result. Adds that layer of unpredictability.
And the result isn't just yes or no, is it? I remember reading, that's where it gets interesting.
You're right. Big difference. You get one of 4 answers. Yes, no. Exceptional, yes, or exceptional, no.
Exceptional. Okay, what does that mean?
It means the answer is more extreme, more impactful. It's not just a fact, it's a narrative prompt. Each one pushes the story in a different direction.
Can you give an example, like with finding something?
Sure. Let's say you're desperately searching an old lab for a cure. You ask, do we find the cure?
Okay.
A regular no just means, nope, not here, but an exceptional no. That could mean you find the vials all right, smashed, deliberately destroyed, someone beat you to it.
Whoa. Okay, that's not just failure. That's a whole new problem. A new antagonist, maybe?
Exactly. Or an exceptional yes to that same question. Maybe it's yes. And not just one dose. You find crates of the stuff. Enough for the whole region.
So it scales the outcome way up or way down. Or twists it.
Precisely. It ensures even simple questions can cause major unscripted shifts in the narrative. Pushes you places you didn't expect.
Okay, that really does sound like the backbone. Constant potential for change. So if Fate questions are the backbone.
Yeah.
You mentioned the chaos factor. That sounds like the heartbeat. Pumping unpredictability.
That's a great way to put it. The chaos factor is Mythic's unpredictability dial. It measures the narrative tension, the level of control, or lack thereof.
How does it work? Is it a number?
Yeah, it's a number usually between 1 and 9. Starts at 5 by default. It goes up when things get tense, when new problems arise, when a scene ends badly.
And down when things calm down.
Right. When you resolve a plot thread, when a scene ends well, when your character feels like they're getting a grip on things.
So how does that connect directly to a mystery investigation? It must stop things feeling too straightforward.
Absolutely critical for mysteries. Higher chaos means more twists. It directly affects those fate questions we just talked about. It makes those exceptional results, yes or no, more likely, even if the odds you set were more moderate. It nudges things towards the dramatic.
Amps up the answers.
And, crucially for mysteries, higher chaos makes random events much more likely to happen.
Ah, okay. So it prevents that feeling of just logically connecting dots in a straight line.
Exactly. Imagine your detective, let's call her Safried, is doing really well, solving clues, navigating dangers. The chaos factor drops.
Reflecting her control. Less random chaos.
Right. But if she keeps hitting dead ends, gets ambushed, loses evidence, the chaos factor shoots up. The story becomes more volatile, more prone to sudden shocks and complications that mess with her deductions.
That feels very true to a good mystery story. Things rarely go smoothly. Okay, and you mentioned random events. The curveballs.
The narrative curveballs, exactly. Designed purely to inject unexpected twists.
Yeah.
Often triggered by the chaos factor or sometimes at the start or end of scenes.
So the system just throws something random at you. How does it know what?
It's a two-step process, usually. First, you determine the event focus.
Event focus.
Yeah, the general type of event. Is it an NPC doing something? Is it something bad happening to your character, a PC negative? Is it something ambiguous you have to interpret? Or even something happening far away that impacts you, a remote event?
So you narrow down the category of the surprise first.
Exactly. Then, once you know the kind of event, you use the meaning tables to figure out the specifics.
Meaning tables. Tell me about those. They sound important.
Oh, they are. Very. They help interpret the random event, translating abstract ideas into concrete story details.
How would that work in a mystery? Like a random event happens.
Okay, maybe you roll NPC action for the focus. Then you go to the meaning tables, maybe rolling on action and subject tables, and you get, say, betray and weapon.
Betray and weapon.
You have to interpret that in context. Maybe those rival scientists you suspected. Suddenly, one pulls a laser pistol on the other right in front of you. A betrayal involving a weapon.
Okay. That definitely throws a wrench in things. New clue, new danger.
Or maybe you're having a quiet moment, thinking. Random event triggers. Focus is PC negative, meaning tables give you frantic and ambush.
Uh-oh.
Suddenly, that weird plant creature you glimpsed earlier bursts from the foliage in a frantic ambush. It's combat, sure, but maybe it came from a hidden cave entrance you didn't see.
Providing a new location, a new clue, maybe?
Exactly. All generated by the system without you planning it. It keeps the investigation alive, unpredictable, throws new leads or dangers at you when you least expect it.
So the meaning tables aren't just for random events, then? Can you use them more generally?
Absolutely. They're your creative oracle for adding detail anytime, really. You can use them to flesh out a scene, describe an object, inspire an NPC's motivation, anything where you want inspiration without asking a strict yes-no fate question.
So if I find a locked box, instead of asking, is there treasure inside, I could just roll on a table.
You could roll on an object elements table. Maybe you get natural and moving.
Natural and moving.
Yes,
inside a box.
Oh. You interpret. Maybe your pirate character opens it and it's full of scuttling crabs.
Huh. Okay, I see. Unexpected detail.
Or you're opening an old scroll case. You roll ancient and conceal. Interpretation. Maybe it holds a map to a hidden ancient library concealed by magic.
So it sparks ideas. What kinds of tables are there?
Lots. There are tables for actions like communicate, oppose, descriptions, ugly, cold, ornate, and elements, themed nouns like location, character, object, plus more specialized ones for things like character personality or dungeon traps or even weather, lots of granularity available.
And the key is interpretation, not taking the words literally.
That's the absolute heart of it, especially for mysteries. You often need to stretch, go beyond the obvious meaning.
Stretch. How so?
The source material really emphasizes this. Don't just take the first idea that pops into your head, or even the second. Sometimes you need the third, fourth, fifth interpretation to make it fit and be surprising.
Can you give an example of that stretch?
Okay. Say a random event involves a distress beacon you're tracking. You roll on the meaning tables, maybe trying to understand the nature of the location it's coming from, and you get disrupt and location.
Disrupt location. Maybe the beacon is malfunctioning, disrupting navigation.
That's the first thought, maybe. Literal, but stretch it. What if the location is the beacon signal itself? And disrupt means maybe someone reveals the beacon is a fake, a pirate lure. It disrupts your understanding of the location signal.
Okay, that's much more interesting. Twists the whole situation.
Exactly. That kind of lateral thinking, pushing past the obvious, is vital. It's how Mythic helps you create genuinely surprising turns in your own mystery, turns you didn't consciously plan.
Okay, this is all incredibly dynamic, but here's the bit I'm really wrestling with for mysteries. How do you actually find the clues? Nail down the suspects. Without a GM just placing them there, how does the system guide you to an actual solution?
Right. This is where the specific mystery rules from Mythic Magazine Volume 6 really come into play. They build right on top of the core Mythic engine we've been discussing.
Okay, specialized tools, what's the main one?
The core mechanic for actively finding information, for getting those breakthrough moments, is the discovery check.
Discovery check. Sounds important. How do you get one?
You have to earn it. Your character has to take an action, and that action needs to involve some risk, some uncertainty. You can't just declare you're looking for clues.
So no passive searching. What counts as earning it?
It could be making a successful skill roll in your base RPG system, like a research check in a library, or Streetwise to gather rumors.
Okay, using existing game skills.
Or it could be the result of a fate question. Maybe you interrogate a suspect, ask, does the suspect reveal anything useful, and get a yes. That could earn you a discovery check.
Or maybe breaking into a place.
Yeah.
Disarming a trap.
Definitely. Succeeding at something risky or uncertain that's clearly aimed at uncovering information. You, the player, decide if the action met the requirement. It ensures there's a meaningful effort involved.
So you can't just spam discovery checks. Your character has to do something significant first.
Exactly. Once earned, the discovery check itself is a fate question. Is anything discovered?
Another fate question.
Okay. You set the odds based on how successful or thorough the character's action was. Really good research, maybe very likely. Quick glance around a room, maybe unlikely.
And the chaos factor influences this too.
Always. It can boost your chances or hinder them, leading to exceptional discoveries or frustrating dead ends.
Okay, so you succeed on the discovery check fate question. What happens then? What do you discover?
You roll on the mystery elements table.
Mystery elements table. And that tells you?
It tells you what type of information you found. The results are things like new clue, new suspect, link clue to suspect, or even roll twice on this table.
So it directly feeds you the building blocks of the mystery. Clues and suspects.
Precisely. But here's a key detail for pacing. No matter how many elements you generate from one successful check, even if you roll twice, you only mark one progress point for either clues or suspects total.
One progress point per check. Why?
It keeps the reveal steady, prevents the mystery from just collapsing instantly if you get a lucky roll. It ensures that gradual unfolding feeling of a real investigation. Build suspense.
Right, you gather pieces steadily, not all at once.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting clues, you're identifying suspects. How do they connect? You mentioned link clue to suspect.
Yes, the linking clues to suspects phase. This is where you connect the dots, make the web of evidence.
How did that trigger?
When you get that link clue to suspect, result from the mystery elements table.
Okay, then what?
Then you look at your mystery matrix, we'll get to that, which lists your current clues and suspects. You basically roll to randomly pick one existing clue and one existing suspect.
And you just connect them? Draw a line.
Pretty much. You draw a line, mentally or on paper, connecting that clue to that suspect, and you add a clue point to that suspect. Tracks how much evidence points their way.
What if you don't have any clues or suspects yet? Like right at the start?
Good question. The system smartly handles that. If you get link clue to suspect and have no clues or no suspects, it automatically generates a new clue and a new suspect for you to link together. Kicks things off.
Clever. Ensures you always have something to work with. And the meaning of that link.
That's up to you. This is another key interpretive step. You decide what that connection signifies based on the clue, the suspect, and the story so far.
Okay, example time.
Let's say you have a clue. Traces of exotic alien pollen found at crime scene. And you link it to suspect. Shady interstellar botanist Dr. Xylar.
Obvious link, maybe.
Maybe the obvious link is Dr. Xylar was at the scene. But maybe the interpretation is subtler. Maybe the pollen is from a plant only Dr. Zylar could cultivate, proving a connection even if they weren't physically there. Or maybe it means the victim visited Dr. Zylar recently.
Ah, so the interpretation shapes the narrative's significance. That's where the creativity comes in again.
Huge part of it. It makes the connections meaningful and personal to your story.
Okay, and you mentioned the mystery matrix. That sounds like the classic detective's corkboard with photos and strings.
Exactly. That's the perfect mental image. It's your organized space, could have a piece of paper, a document, just notes where you list all your clues and all your suspects.
You'll track the links.
And track the links between them, gives you that visual overview, helps you spot patterns, see who's accumulating the most evidence.
Through those clue points you mentioned.
Right. Each time a clue gets linked to a suspect, that suspect gets another clue point. It's a simple, quantitative way to track suspicion levels. Who's the prime suspect right now? Just count the points.
Makes sense. Easy to see who's looking guiltiest.
Yeah.
So, how does it end? When do you know you've solved it? Is there a finale moment?
There is. It's called the clincher clue.
The clincher. Sounds definitive.
It is. When any one suspect accumulates 6 clue points, that triggers the clincher clue.
6 points. Okay. And that means...
That means you found enough evidence, enough connections to definitively identify that suspect as the answer to your mystery. Whether it's the murderer, the cause of the plague, the location of the artifact, that suspect represents the solution.
So, mystery solved. Adventure over.
Oh, not necessarily. And this is a really important mythic concept. Solving the mystery itself, identifying the who or what or how, is just resolving one thread, one goal.
This is one thread. Okay.
It often immediately creates a new thread. The narrative shifts focus.
Right.
Like, you clinch the murderer, the old thread, find the killer, is resolved, but a new thread instantly appears, apprehend the killer.
Ah. So the story continues, but the objective changes from investigation to action, maybe.
Exactly. Now, you might have chases, confrontations, maybe trying to prove it in court, new challenges, new scenes, potentially needing more discovery checks about how to catch them. It keeps the adventure flowing naturally from investigation to consequence.
That's really smart. Prevents the story just stopping dead when the answer is revealed.
Keeps the momentum going. The mystery resolution becomes a pivot point, not always an ending.
Okay, so you've done the work, you've got your 6 clue points, you think you've cracked it, case closed, right?
Yeah.
But what if the game isn't done surprising you? What if something comes out of left field and just shatters your perfect conclusion? That's got to be the ultimate solo surprise, right?
That is absolutely where Mythic can deliver some stunning moments. It has ways to ensure the mystery stays dynamic, even when you think you have the answer.
How? What mechanisms allow for that kind of reversal?
One key tool is the Mystery Event Focus Table. It's a specialized version of the random event table we talked about earlier.
Specialized for mysteries.
How? It includes specific results tailored to mystery plots, namely clue element and suspect element.
Okay. What happens if you roll one of those?
If you get one of those from, say, an interrupt scene that's a random event that happens mid-action, disrupting things, or even just a standard random event check,
yeah,
it means a brand new clue or a brand new suspect appears immediately and obviously in the current scene. You have to integrate it right now.
Whoa. Okay, give me an example.
All right. Your detective is finally relaxing, maybe pouring a drink, thinking they've solved the case. That's the expected scene. But bang! Interrupt scene triggered. You roll on the mystery event focus table, suspect element. Interpret that as new suspect. So maybe, just as the detective raises their glass, the door bursts open and a wounded informant stumbles in, gasping out a name the detective has never heard before, along with a cryptic warning before collapsing.
Wow. Okay. That definitely changes the mood and the case.
Instantly. New suspect, new urgency. Maybe the old suspect wasn't the whole story. It forces a pivot, injects fresh uncertainty right when you felt certain, prevents complacency.
That's brilliant for keeping things unpredictable. And we talked about stretching interpretations before. Does that still apply heavily here?
Oh, absolutely. Challenging interpretations remain vital. The results Mythic gives you fate questions, random events, those mystery elements they often demand you look beyond the easy answer.
The third, fourth, fifth interpretation idea again.
Exactly. You have to push your imagination, find connections that aren't obvious. It forces you out of your own assumptions and into genuinely surprising narrative territory. That's why the emergent magic really sparks. It stops you from just confirming what you already suspect.
It keeps you honest as a player, in a way.
Yes. It forces you to engage with what the system gives you, not just what you want.
And then, the big one. The rule, that sounds like it could just flip the table. The unclinch rule. Tell me about that.
Yes, unclinch. It's found on a special table used for unique mystery events. And it's potent.
What does it do?
If you have reached that clincher clue 6 points on a suspect, mystery seemingly solved, and you roll UN clinch out.
Yeah.
It means you discover something new, something undeniable that completely invalidates that clincher clue. It's removed from the matrix. Poof.
So the mystery is just unsolved again.
Instantly. Dramatically. Back to square one, essentially, but usually with some shocking new information that explains why the original conclusion was wrong. It allows for genuine plot twists of the highest order right when you thought you had it all figured out. The rug pull.
Okay, that sounds both amazing and potentially infuriating. Could you walk me through how that might actually feel in a game? Give me the trauma.
Okay, picture this. Detective Miles Corbin. Gritty city. Brutal murder. He's painstakingly gathered 5 clues pointing squarely at the serpent, a known enforcer. Feels close.
Right.
After a chase, he finally corners a terrified eyewitness, gets the testimony. That's clue point number 6, the clincher. Case closed. Miles is heading back to the station, feeling triumphant.
The aha moment.
Exactly. But then, maybe back at the precinct, as the witness is about to sign the formal statement, you roll a random event. It leads you to that special table, and you roll unclinch.
Oh, boy. Now what? How do you interpret that?
This is where the narrative explodes. You have to make it make sense, but make it dramatic. Maybe interpretation is. Suddenly, the main precinct monitor flickers, overridden by an encrypted message. It displays crystal clear timestamp security footage from across town, showing the serpent miles away, establishing an ironclad alibi at the exact time of the murder.
Oh, okay.
Then maybe a follow-up message implies the eyewitness was threatened, coerced by a rival gang looking to frame the serpent.
So the clincher clue wasn't just wrong, it was planted.
Exactly. The clue vanishes from your matrix. The suspect is innocent. The murder is unsolved again. But now Miles knows a rival gang is involved, playing dangerous games. The whole investigation is reshaped. New leads, new dangers, deeper conspiracy.
Yeah, that's a massive twist. Keeps you guessing right to the very end.
Make sure no conclusion feels safe until the story truly says it is. It's that potential for a reversal that makes mythic mysteries so compelling.
Absolutely. And it's not all just thinking, right? You mentioned chases, action. Mysteries can involve fighting and running too.
Oh, definitely. Action in mysteries is fully supported and expected. Think about action movies or graphic novels with detective heroes.
Yeah, they're always getting into fights, sneaking into places.
Exactly. While deduction and investigation are key, earning that crucial discovery check might absolutely require overcoming a physical challenge.
Like
having to fight your way into a gang hideout to get information from someone, or disarming a complex laser grid to access a secure data vault, or surviving an ambush laid by those trying to stop your investigation.
So the system blends the thinking and the doing.
Seamlessly. You can tailor the balance. Want a cerebral, mostly intellectual mystery? Fine. Want a high-octane thriller where clues are earned through daring action? Also fine. Mythic handles both.
Okay, so we've got the core mechanics, the mystery specifics, the twists.
Yeah.
What about some of the maybe meta-level challenges? Playing solo always raises interesting questions.
True. There are deeper considerations that really enhance the solo experience, especially around how you, the player, interact with the unfolding narrative.
Like the big one, resolving character versus player knowledge. You, the player, roll the dice, you interpret the tables. You might know who the killer is or what the twist is long before your character could possibly figure it out. Doesn't that kill the suspense for you?
It's a classic solo dilemma. How do you maintain tension when you technically hold the answers? Mythic offers a couple of really good approaches.
Okay, what's the first?
The simplest is the principle. Test it, ask it, then it's real.
Meaning?
Meaning, if your character has no logical way to know something, then you, the player, shouldn't treat it as known fact within the narrative reality until Mythic confirms it. Through a fake question, a discovery check, a random event.
So even if I suspect the butler did it because of a weird table result?
Your character doesn't know that. You can't act on it until the character finds actual evidence or asks a relevant question that gets confirmed. You only ask questions your character would ask based on what they know and see.
It's about discipline then. Staying in character, experiencing the discovery with them.
Exactly. It keeps the reveal genuine for you, the player. The other related approach is embracing unreliable information.
Unreliable information.
This means you actively accept that your own interpretations, your player-level inferences, might just be wrong, especially if Mythic throws you a curveball, like that unclincher result.
So if I thought the teacher was the monster maker, but the game unclenches it.
You just accept it. Okay, my theory was wrong. The story is telling me something else. You prioritize the emergent narrative over your own meta-deductions. Let the system surprise you and correct your assumptions.
Trust the process, essentially.
Trust the process. It requires flexibility, but it leads to much richer, more surprising stories where you genuinely don't know what's true until the system reveals it.
Okay, and what about the ending? When a mystery thread, or any major goal, is reaching its climax, how do you make that final confrontation feel suitably epic?
That's where using context to power the end of a thread comes in. It's less a hard rule, more an interpretive stance you take as the player.
How does it work?
When a thread is clearly nearing its conclusion, the final showdown, the big reveal, the narrative context, automatically shifts. It becomes one of heightened drama.
So you interpret things differently?
Yes. You consciously interpret fate, question results, random events, everything with greater intensity. You dial up the narrative impact, even for standard results.
Give me an example for, say, a social confrontation ending a mystery.
Okay. Your investigative journalist character is finally confronting the corrupt politician they've been chasing. This is it, the thread conclusion. You ask, does the politician confess when presented with the evidence? Mythic Fate question says, no.
Just no.
Yeah.
Normally that's just denial.
But this is the conclusion context. It's heightened. So you interpret that no with maximum drama. No, they don't just deny it. They launch a savage counterattack live on TV, accusing you of fabricating evidence, smearing your name, threatening lawsuits. It's a huge career-threatening gamble.
Wow. So a simple no becomes a massive escalation because of the context.
Exactly. You amplify the stakes, the drama, to make that conclusion resonate with the weight of the whole story leading up to it. You let loose creatively.
Makes sense. Give the ending the punch it deserves. Okay, final practical point. With all this, clues, suspects, threads, NPCs, chaos factor, how do you possibly keep track of it all in a complex solo mystery? It sounds like a lot of moving parts.
It can be, which is why good tracking is essential. Mythic provides tools for this. Your main one is the adventure journal.
With the journal, what goes in there?
It's your running log. You title your adventure, note the starting chaos factor, and after each scene, you summarize what happened. Note key discoveries, important NPC interactions, changes to the chaos factor, any stray thoughts or potential leads. It's your case file.
Okay, scene-by-scene summary. What else?
You also maintain adventure lists, specifically a threads list and a characters list.
Threads list for goals, characters list for NPCs.
Right. Threads tracks all your current objectives, solve the main mystery, find the missing witness, decode the ancient map, whatever. Characters tracks everyone you meet, suspects, allies, informants, monsters.
And these lists aren't static.
No, they're dynamic. At the end of each scene, during bookkeeping, you update them. Add new threads or characters that emerged. If an existing character or thread was central to the scene, you add another entry for them on the list up to 3 times total.
Why multiple entries?
It creates weighted lists. Things that appear more often are more likely to be relevant later, maybe influencing random events, keeps important stuff circulating, and you also remove threads that get resolved, or characters who become irrelevant or leave the story.
So it's an active system for managing narrative focus and complexity.
Exactly. Whether you write detailed prose or just keep brief notes, these tools provide the structure needed to keep your complex, emergent mystery coherent and manageable. Turns potential chaos into creative clarity.
Okay, wow. We've covered a lot, from the basic tools like fate questions and chaos, through the specific mystery rules, discovery checks, the matrix, the clincher, all the way to twists like unclinch and managing player knowledge.
It's a comprehensive system.
It really seems like it. It's clear how Mythic lets you genuinely be surprised by a story you were generating. Each mystery feels like.
Yeah, an unwritten novel you discover as you play. It kind of redefines being both creator and audience. So, wrapping this up, for someone listening, maybe intrigued by this whole solo mystery idea, what's the main takeaway? What does this all mean for them?
I think it means the profound beauty of this whole approach is how Mythic enables these organic emergent stories. Even when it's just you.
Right.
It turns simple mechanics, dice rolls, table lookups into sparks of genuine inspiration. You end up uncovering mysteries you didn't even know were in your imagination until the system helped you find them.
The rules provide structure, but your interpretation brings it alive. Exactly. Your engagement with the unexpected, that's the magic. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What unexpected stories, what mysteries are just waiting inside your head, ready for a system like this to help you unlock them?
That is a really cool thought. So if you've ever wanted to be your own Sherlock Holmes or Nancy Drew or, yeah, that alien archaeologist, but you don't have a group or a GM available, Mythic seems like an incredibly solid, engaging way to do it.
It really is.
We definitely encourage you, if you're curious, explore solo role-playing, check out the Mythic system, embrace that unknown, challenge your own assumptions, and just let the story surprise you.
And maybe think, just for a second, beyond games. This idea of structured randomness, the core of Mythic's mystery engine, could that unlock creativity elsewhere?
How so?
Could introducing a little controlled chaos, some unexpected input from an external source, could that lead to breakthroughs in your work, your writing, your art, other projects? Where else might a bit of structured randomness lead you to unexpected discoveries?
That's a fascinating final thought. Something for everyone to mull over. Where can a little bit of managed chaos lead? Until next time on The Deep Dive, think about it.